Okay guys, last video of the evening. Background image. West Point 1861. American War of Northern Aggression against state rights was about to kick off. You know, some people call it the American Civil War. It's where the cadets at West Point from the south returned to their states to join the Confederacy, and the rest of West Point cadets, the Unionists, the Federalists to be correct, came out on parade to see their fellow officers march off. Kind of sad, isn't it, to see brother officers fighting? Of course, one of those who went south was Robert E. Lee, perhaps one of the greatest generals the world has ever seen. True gentleman. Never wanted war. Yeah, oh well. Reminded me a bit of what's going on between Advance UK and Restore Britain movement. If we do have to part, let's hope we part as friends. Anyhow, I did try another image to make it look more old-fashioned. I don't know what you think of this one. I thought I'd try and make it look like the periodicals at the time. I imagine that's how they would have produced it, something like that. Anyhow, in the end, I went with the one you see for a bit of colour. Yeah, nothing wrong with a bit of colour now and then, is there? Anyhow, well, it's been a strange old day, isn't it? I was hoping to bring you news of the Gorton and Denton by-election, the day of action by Advance UK, but I haven't seen anything. So I've just been through hell doing something about the Tucker Carlson interview, and I thought, oh, let's try and relax. So I thought I'd go and have a look and see what was happening with Britain First. Should we go have a look what's happened with Britain First in Manchester? Why not? Pause, Paul. I'll put a link in the bottom to this place, to More Than a Midlife Crisis. Oh, I see I'm subscribed there. Let's have a look what happened up in Manchester, or just a bit of it.
In the group, now!
Here's a familiar face. How are you, sir?
There's another Leeds man arrived.
Yeah, marching on together, mate.
A little drawn out look.
Lots of flags, lots of patriots.
You fucking retard. In my street, that's what I'm not represent against hate, that's why I represent.
I've got no hate.
Because you don't hate people, so I stood in people's faces trying to represent good people. Look off them.
You're screaming.
Give me a shit jacket, what a fucking shit. I hate you.
Yeah, but you're here to stop hating all you're doing.
I hope you fucking die, mate. That's how much I hate you.
Yes, you welcome. Fuck off, you fat rag scum. You're doing good to smatter us, like. Go on, Denny.
We could go Britain First.
You fucking wanker.
We need men like that.
You fucking dumb.
We really do.
You fucking dumb.
All you pussies out there, soy patriots, you can stay at home.
You fucking nonsense, dirty bastard.
Oh, miss the good old days. We are winning, you know. Every day there's more and more of us. And the more the people see scenes like this of British patriots out there, the more likely they are to build up their courage and join us.
You see left, right and centre the little Antifas, bless them, are trying their best to cause a bit of bother, grabbing the flag, of our great nation, and doing that little crying mime.
There was one bit where they did get a Union Jack. He's a Muslim guy. He ran off with it, jumping up and down on it, screaming, Alan snack bar.
Come on, keep it moving! Keep it moving! Would it be a better idea to move then? Fucking ridiculous.
Nice peaceful demonstration there. Let's go here. And let's have a look at this bit.
Fuck off!
Fucking do one.
Why don't you just... Fuck off!
Oh, I know I shouldn't laugh. It's a strange thing. Someone once said to me, it said, every time you're in a dust-up, Paul, you always start laughing. I don't know, nervous reaction, adrenaline, but in nasty situations, you'll normally see me laughing and smiling. Actually, I'm always laughing and smiling, to be honest. Life's a bit absurd, really, isn't it? Anyhow, so that was Britain First in Manchester. I'll leave links in the description. And thank God we've got these street activists out there to go out there and record what is happening. Those people who turn around and say, oh, it gives our cause a bad image, those days are over. Almost all our cities have been taken over, colonised now. Look how many mayors there are from London on down, all Muslim mayors. We take our country back or we lose it, don't we? Anyhow, so I thought I'd relax. I went over to X to see what Rupert Lowe was doing, and he encouraged me. It was a little short post. We are winning, and I believe him. Anyhow, then I saw that. Oh, let me tell you this first, and just in case, Guardian Mose has asked me for my email. Because I've asked if we can get together and have a chat. That should be interesting because, as you know, Guardian Mose is a civic nationalist. He would be, obviously, because he's multiracial, yeah. Chinese. I will find out when we get to have a chat. A lot of questions for Guardian Mose. You know I respect him. And Freedom Dad in Northern Ireland, Ulster, they offered me to come over for a visit and generously offered to pay my expenses. I can't be travelling off to Ulster now, much as I'd like to, but I'll certainly be doing a chat with them. Freedom Dad, super patriot, wonderful work he does in Northern Ireland, Ulster. So yeah, that's on the cards. I was thinking of trying to talk to Richard Inman and see if we could reach some sort of talk. But information has come in today about what sort of person he is. And he's also said he's not prepared to give me a platform. And I also think it'd be a waste of time talking to someone like Richard now. I mean, he shot his bolt, I think, in the nationalist community. So I'm not sure it'd be even worth talking to him. So that's some of the things that might be coming up, guys. We'll see how it goes. Anyhow, so I was over on X. Rupert Lowe encouraged me. I went over to see if I could find anything happening in Gorton and Denton, but all I could find was reform stuff, and they seem to have been very active on the ground. To be honest, I haven't had much time to do any real searching around the net today. Been a bit busy. Got that work done for Dan. Still got some more to do. Sent me a nice email thanking me, and I thank him for what he's done. You may or may not see what he produced down the road. Only time will tell. Anyhow, so now I figured it's some me time. Time for me to relax. Yeah, so this is what I like to watch when I try to relax. Yeah, Connor Tomlinson. He always cheers me up. He's not everybody's cup of tea. I remember the first time I saw him, I thought, early days of Lotus Eater, sort of. But they were puffed up little popinjays, I thought they were, but they've matured, and Connor Tomlinson really shines. I totally respect his Christian beliefs. Not sure about his choice of glasses. Reminds me a bit of Himmler. Was it Himmler with the glasses? I don't remember. Oh, I was disappointed in him. Reminder. It was. They asked who parachuted into England during the Second World War. Jesus Christ. I thought everyone knew that. It was Rudolf Hess, and they kept him locked up in Spandau prison, even though he went over to England early on, during the early start of the war when Germany was winning, to try and broker peace. They put one man in a huge prison, and the guards were forbidden to talk to him. What did he know that he wasn't allowed to speak to anyone for? What we done to Rudolf Hess was purely barbaric. Before there were any crimes or alleged war crimes, anything. And neither Connor or the interviewer could remember who it was. I think it was Connor and someone else. Yeah, you should look up Rudolf Hess, people. Anyhow, let's have a listen. Yeah.
Down about the launch of Restore Britain has been astonishing, and it hasn't been enjoyable because people that I've considered friends have been unduly insulting about men they know in real life. This isn't a game, it's not a WWE match, we're trying to fix our country. But unfortunately, many of the people in Reform UK don't see it that way. They see Rupert as having the potential to split their vote, deprive them of the voters they feel entitled to, and rob not just Nigel Farage of 10 Downing Street, but all of those below him of safe seats, peerages, and a very lucrative patronage system that would be awarded to them if they won an election. And so, the most egregious claim comes from Reform's London mayoral candidate Layla Cunningham, who accused my friend Charlie Downs of being a Nazi.
They're talking about, if you're not white and Christian in this country, you're not British. Right? They're going back to some kind of like neo-Nazi Aryan race. If you're not white, I've heard their spokesperson on Talk TV and on TV saying, if you are not white and Christian, then you're not deemed to be British. And you know, that flies in the face of wanting integration and assimilation, because no matter how much you integrate or assimilate, according to them, you will never be British.
Well, look, they're not here to defend themselves right now.
So first of all, that isn't true, and we'll get on to Charlie's remarks later. But allow me to invert Layla Cunningham's formulation here. The idea that this flies in the face of assimilation and integration. Well, what happens, Layla, if you violate the British values-based identity that Reform is putting forward? Danny Kruger said that Reform believes in an inclusive civic nationalism where anyone from any background or any religion can become British. Nigel Farage says being English is a matter of how you feel and what your priorities are, and that being Welsh is someone who has lived in Wales for 5 to 10 years. Meaning Axel Rudikabana would have been Welsh. So what happens, Layla, if you violate British values? Something that you consistently repeat in your media appearances. Well, if you're born in Britain but don't believe in British values, are you still British? Is Aksa Cabana British? Are the perpetrators of the Pakistani grooming gangs and those who knew about it and covered it up because the victims were white British girls, are they still British? If no,
Okay, guys, go over and watch what Connor has to say in full. I'm going to watch the rest of it in peace. I'm going to get Miley on my lap for the last day, and let's go back and have a look at our images there. There we go. I do hope we can part in peace. I'm going to nail my colours to the mast now. If they are unable to resolve their differences, I will be going with Rupert Lowe, and I will be campaigning with all my heart and dedicate this channel to campaigning for Restore Britain. I know that's going to upset some of you, especially the Advanced UK members, and I'm still a member, you know, but it may come to this in the image, boys. Let's not part bad friends. Okay, see you tomorrow, guys. You've been listening to Paul Morris, the Green Arrow, off to listen to Connor.